morning to you all the same. A beautiful Monday morning. Welcome to the front page review of our daily newspapers. Glad to be here again to talk to you about the state of the nation. A lot has happened over the weekend, and we are going to go into it and talk about everything you need to know. Not everything, but some of the things that transpired during the weekend and even today. I'm not alone in the studio as always. I have with me our in-house analyst. He's a writer and a commentator, a social commentator, an activist. He is Obed Awowede. He's a journalist. Good morning. Good to have you today.
Good morning, Mary. You know that every day you're adding more titles to my resume, so I'm sure at the end of the time when I'm done with this, or maybe down the line, I may just have a very big card.
Yes, you
activist too.
Yes, you're an activist. So we are going to be looking at the papers. We have different papers right here, about 5 of them. We're from the Punch to the Sun to the Vanguard to This Day and Daily Thrust. And later on the program, after the headlines, Rufa Hussaini will be joining us via the phone to contribute on the program too as an analyst. And the phone lines will be open for you to join the conversation. You can respond to any of the headlines that you are going to hear right now. So let's get on with it this morning. We'll begin with the Punch newspaper. The first headline here says the federal government may lose 7.58 trillion naira to contract dispute damages. Another story here from the Punch newspaper. SANS professors to defend ASUU before industrial court. Gunmen attack Ifeanyi Ubah convoy. Policemen feared killed. That's from the Punch newspaper. 500 senior doctors left Nigeria, says a medical body. Exodus of senior doctors, 500. That's a huge sum.
Medical professionals.
Yeah, medical professionals. Now, monkeypox. We have monkeypox cases in the news this morning. Monkeypox cases hit 241. Lassa fever, now 909. Lagos to prosecute homeowners without waste bin. If you don't have a waste bin, be ready to face the law. That story is on the Punch newspaper. Obtain permits before construction. Lagos government tells residents. Flights threatened as aviation workers protest today, Monday. Flights threatened as aviation workers protest Monday. That's today. Now to the Sun newspaper this morning. Military, DSS, others come hotspot in FCT, nab terrorist, informant, mad security in schools. What a headline from the Sun newspaper this morning.
How many barrels? We don't quite know. I'm trying to capture everything.
Everything, yes.
In the headline,
yes. In the headlines, yes, that's a big headline. Another headline from the Sun this morning. Oba of Benin hails Buhari's support for traditional institution. Host Ife and Kanu monarch. From the Sun this morning, women mobilizes 10 to 6 million votes for Tinubu. They are mobilizing.
Wow.
Yes, they are doing it. That's what they said.
That's good.
Oil theft. NNPC loses 700 million monthly. That's what it said here. Now to the Vanguard this morning. Intense lobbying as APC, PDP, Labour Party leaders form campaign councils. And now from the Vanguard, a Brazilian returnee excreted 92 wraps of cocaine at Abuja airport. I saw this news yesterday on channels. It was surprising. Advanced man.
Oh, well.
In his 50s. Dangerous. 92 wraps.
Drugs.
Drugs.
But it's very good because the NDLA has become very active since retired General Marwa became the chairman. You know, after he became chairman, he has actually revved up the activities of the agency. It's good we are seeing a lot of attacks. We're even seeing some of the barons being even arrested. I remember the one that was arrested who was a tramadol, he
Yes.
imposed and mixed tramadol. So very good job on the part of the NDLE.
And the man that was caught, he said that he would have been given $4,000. That's why he did what he did for $4,000.
Yeah, for $4,000.
Interesting.
2.8 million.
Yeah, can imagine. Now, also from the Vanguard this morning, another headline says here, Gunmen to DSS. Detention of Mamu is terrorism. Charge him to court.
Well, the context there is that Mamu is seen as like a special assistant to Gumi. They actually moved to they moved together. They've been together for a while. So I think it's doing that. Well, the point is noted. Yes, it should be charged to the court, but I guess the DSS will do all their investigations and decide on what to do.
Okay, great. Now to the Daily Thrust newspaper. Here says Supreme Court justices drops to 13 as Aboki retires. From the Daily Trust this morning, it says here over 700,000 people commit suicide annually, according to a report from a World Health Organization. Now, another news headline from this day newspaper. Federal government asks courts to order lecturers back to work. Reports Nigerians 15.7 billion in 2022. Fuel subsidy projection to exceed all 36 states' budgets. And finally, this morning from this day newspaper says evacuation constraints has halted oil production storage tank now full to the brim. Pegasus laments. Yeah, these are your headlines, Lagos, this morning. So you can pick up a copy of the newspapers and read up some of the stories in the news. Right now, we'll go pay some bills. And when we return, we will look at some of the hot topics and get talking with it. And then we'll open the phone line for you to join the conversation. Keep it here. We are the voice of Lagos, the voice of the people. 90.3 FM.
Place to be is the Golden Tulip Essential Hotel. At the Golden Tulip Essential Hotel, we offer excellent services to our clients and customers. We serve high quality wines at our restaurant and bar, while our continental dish is second to none. At the Golden Tulip Essential Hotel, located on 42 Murtala Mohammed International Airport Road, our rooms are in conformity with international standard and best practices. We accord priority to security for all our guests. Breakfast is free.
That's how I do.
Yay! And we have standard facilities for your seminar and training. For bookings and reservations, please call 0815-7003-333.
Ice on my neck, ice on my wrist, you know. That's how I do.
Are you aware that Iruka Online Limited installed and designed a 100,000 capacity church building? Oh yeah, we are the sole distributors of global leading brands all over the world, such as Wafday Line Array, speakers and digital amplifiers, Preseno's digital mixers and studio equipment, Coswell workstations and keyboards, Fender guitars, Mapex drums, Ashdown bass combos, just to mention but a few. We offer flexible payment plan handled by our financial department with 24/7 customer care support system. You can visit our website on www.iruka.com to avoid buying fake products. You can also visit our showroom at number 36 Lagos International Airport Road beside Golden Tulip Hotel. Iruka, never settle for less. The award-winning pizza in the US is now here in Nigeria. Ladies and gentlemen, I present to you Romeo, the pizza champions, and cold berry ice cream. Delight in every scoop. Visit any of our outlets and feel the rich taste from the pizza champions and cold berry ice cream at 11 Road by First Avenue, Festac Town. 28 at Denira Ogunsanya Street, Surulere. 13 Admiralty Way, Lekki Phase 1. Romeo's Pizza and cold berry ice cream. Romeo, the pizza champions.
is the front page review of our daily newspapers. Good morning to you. My name is Mary Onaife Debbie. I have Obed Awede right here in the studios this morning, and I also have Rufai Hussaini joining us via the phone. Good morning to you.
Good morning, Mary.
Okay.
Good morning, everybody.
Okay.
Good morning. Yes.
Yeah, good to have you. Now we'll start this morning with the headlines here from the Punch newspaper. It has this. It said, okay, let me try to get it. Okay, it said gunmen attack Ifeanyi Ubah's convoy. Policemen feared killed. Let me read a bit of the story. An unspecified number of police operatives were reportedly killed on Sunday at Enugwa, Ukwa community in Njikoka local government area of Anambra State, when unsuspected assailant opened fire on the convoy of Senator Ifeanyi Ubah. Sources in the community who do not want their name to be in print for security purposes said when the gunmen opened fire on the convoy, okay, there's so much noise from your end. Okay, I think it's better now. Okay, I continue the story. Sources in the community who do not want their names in print for security purposes said when the gunmen opened fire on the convoy, police operatives in the convoy responded and some of the policemen were gunned down in the shootout. Now, this is a very serious situation right now. The person of Ifeanyi Ubah, Senator Ifeanyi Ubah, he's a prominent man. And from the look of if you saw the video on channels, or if you read the story, you will see that this was an assassination attempt. They meant to kill him. And scores of policemen have been killed. It was a battle, a gun battle. Why is this happening again in Anambra State? We have Rufai Hussaini on the line this morning. Good morning, Rufai.
Morning, Mary. I think the big question is why is this happening again in Anambra State, like you asked? Secondly, who wants Ifeanyi Ubah dead? Is it a case of insecurity or is it a targeted assassination attempt? Thirdly, what is happening to the state of security that they promised us that has improved? Because I thought that government keeps promising us that the state of security has improved. They've called many meetings and all of that. And in all fairness to them, we've not heard anything as regards insecurity apart from the normal sit at home in a while in Anambra and some parts of the east. Then why this attack? Who wants Ifeanyi Ubah? I think those are the questions. And we condemn in its entirety, the killing of anybody, let alone police officers that their only job is to guard and protect people, and they're killed, in a very gory manner. It is very sad that this is happening at this point in time. And all hands must be on deck. And investigations must go. We must get to the end of the matter. But when you say investigations again, do we ever have investigations that get to the end of the matter? Maybe 1 in 2 or maybe 3 in 10 sometimes. We must get the assailants. We must bring them to book. And justice must be seen as done. We must get to the root of the matter because, hey, this must not be continuous. But the big question here is who wants Ifeanyi Ubah dead? Huh?
Interesting.
Awede, what do you have to say concerning it? As this is not the first time that a prominent person is wanted dead.
Yes. It actually shows the level of insecurity in the southeast. But don't forget that we've had kidnappings and killings and things of that nature in the southeast for a while. When Governor Soludo was sworn in March, I think he actually tried to make an appeal and to say, look, let us change our way of life. This is not our way of life. This is not the people we are. And the rest. But that message has not resonated. Don't forget that 2 months or so after he was assaulting, a former lawmaker was actually killed. He was beheaded, also from Unewi. Andy Ubah is from Unewi. I'm not making any point. It's not any correlation. Yeah. But I'm just saying that a former lawmaker was beheaded after paying ransom for 15 million. So are these things linked to, kidnapping for ransom, or are they targeted killings, or are they political assassinations, or are they politically motivated? We don't quite know. About 10 days ago or so, I think the commissioner for police in Anambra State, Ocheng, was briefing the AIG in charge of his zone. And I was saying that they'll be able to address this issue of unknown gunmen, which is what they attribute all these killings to, unknown gunmen in the state, and they have peace. They have unmasked them. This is coming about a week or so after, and we're having this one. So it's very clear that the police has not done sufficient work regarding this, and they need to do more. The investigation that needs to go deeper to actually know what is going on. How is it possible that you can have an attack of this nature and then policemen are killed? You know, if we even have story of people that were also killed on the other side, you will say, okay, fine. Perhaps there's something that will say, okay, there was a bloodbath on those sides, and they can begin to trace. There's nothing of that at all. It's just people that were casualties on the side of Senator Ifeanyi Ubah. It's a big challenge for Soludo. Soludo has actually tried to change the narrative on Anambra State so that it doesn't look like it's all about killings, political killings and assassinations and kidnappings of that nature. And I think it's something you work for that on, get communities involved and try to see how they can unmask these people and bring some sanity to that area. Don't forget also, people are concerned about these things because of what happened in Imo. But last week there was violence of this nature. Was it a killing? There was the one that they went to a Labour Party office and then disrupted it. So we don't know the kind of people that are doing all these. The government has said that it's terrorism. It's related to that. The federal government, they've come with all manner of excuses, but we've not had anything tangible. And that's what we need to get at.
This is a full-blown attack. Let's read a report from an eyewitness. He also said that that Senator Ifeanyi Ubah was attacked today by some hoodlums, and he said the policemen were about 4 in the convoy, and they were attacked. All their arms were collected. The boys that spearheaded the attack were about 9 in number. Another source claimed that 6 policemen were killed in the attack. Although we haven't got a specific number of people that were killed, I'm talking about the policemen, but a source saying 6 to 4. That's a huge sum. And for him, Ifeanyi Ubah traveling with that number of police,
yes,
it shows that he knows that place is a bit vulnerable.
No, he knows, and I think any politician and any politician of stature in the Southeast, not just the Southeast, across the country, moves with police convoy now, and this is the only thing we say about when government shirks its responsibility and believes that they can use policemen and other people to actually protect themselves. At these things do not work. If you don't have a safe state in anywhere, you are going to have more problems. So the police is committing men to protecting these people because they see them as high-risk individuals and the rest of them. But moving with that kind of convoy and still facing attack, and one of the reports said he left with injuries. We don't know how true. Shows that a lot still needs to be done in the area of security in the Southeast and the rest of the country. There must be something wrong with intelligence that we cannot break this, or are we seeing something much bigger than what we think?
I hope details of this story comes to bear and the people behind this are brought to book, because if nothing happens, then it means there's a lot of unrest in that area and safety is not secured. And if politicians don't do their work,
yes,
the people and politicians don't do their work, and you get a lot of the people. Okay, let me just leave that. Let me leave that. Let's move to another story, because this is not a very good story and we don't have all the details yet. So let's wait till we get the details before we do a proper analysis. Let's go on to another story concerning ASUU. ASUU is here again. Interesting development from ASUU. And now from this day newspaper, it has a headline here. It says, federal government asks court to order lecturers back to work. Report, a rider, it has a rider here, report, nation's public university grossly understaffed, reveals some institutions have just 2 professors, 5 doctorate degree holders. That is what is being revealed here. The federal government has referred the prolonged strike embarked upon by members of the Academic Staff Union of University ASUU to the National Industrial Court of Nigeria for adjudication. This followed the failure of dialogue between the union and the Federal Ministry of Education. Rufai Hussaini, ASUU is in the news this morning, and the federal government is taking ASUU to court.
I mean, we saw this coming a long time ago. This was the last option. The Minister of Education said he was going to go the route. Is it that everything has failed totally? The federal government is not ready to budge because they don't have the money. They put forward a deal. ASUU isn't ready to budge. Then how will this stop? How? I think we should start thinking out of the box for a solution. Now this is getting out of hand. Is it after a year that ASUU wants to come back to school? Where are we going to meet halfway? A lot has been said. We've played the politics and the game of strike long enough. We have analyzed a sustainable solution. But it's time for them to get back to school. National Industrial Court, if you used to force their hands, will that go a long way? I still think they can sit on the table. But also, this is the time to call ASUU into the table and talk reasonably. I don't think we've been talking reasonably all this while. I think we've been talking at each other rather than talking to each other. This needs to end one way or the other because this has gone on for too long. It's well over 200 days now. The academic calendar of those in public university have been disrupted. What we are fighting for has even destroyed the Nigerian university. I hope you know that if they resume school today, most of our lecturers are found dropped abroad. They've gone in droves. You heard the story the other day about a lecturer that committed suicide because of non-payment of salaries and the like.
Uniben.
Yes.
Work, no pay. I also think, to a large extent, the last interview by the, what's it called, education minister, he didn't learn how to talk at all. In the moment of a tension like this, you don't say the things he said in that interview. You still placate people one way or the other. The government should not forget that they are winning ASUU now. And you see, we can't afford to go through this brain drain any longer again. This was the same first brain drain in the 80s, occasioned by the state of the economy, and made most of our best brain go abroad. To date, I tell you something, Nigeria has not recovered from what happened in the 80s. That most of our best professors went abroad, and they got lecturing jobs. And now a lot of them, the remaining few ones around, have gone in droves. As we speak, I know a lecturer in the university that's processing half papers now to leave. There's some that at some point this madness needs to stop. We need to stop it now. I don't know how they're going to sit on the table. They've formed a committee of elders, Professor Musali, Jubra, and a couple of other people. Maybe they'll intervene. We need to call this out and stop. We can't allow this problem to fester for too long. We're joking with the future generation. We're joking with the future generation. We're joking with the future generation.
Obed Awede, sincerely, with all the information we are getting and with what government is doing and ASUU executives are doing, do you see the strike coming to an end anytime soon? Because this is September already, and we have few months to December.
What the government wants to do, I think, is to force ASUU to call off the strike, or, of course, if they can get a judgment from the National Industrial Court, then of course, they can force ASUU to go back to work while they consider negotiations, if at all they're going to do negotiations. The National Industrial Court is a court, but is a court under the federal government. But National Industrial Court is also a very fair-minded court. It actually goes by the book. I remember some 2 or 3 years back, there was a case that ASUU or the federal government took before the court, and the court gave judgment in ASUU's favor that they have a right to collect check-off dues and to do other things. So nobody knows how this case will go. My own problem is that if the government didn't have to wait for 7 months, if it had this action, and there had been a breakdown in negotiations since far back as May, why do you wait till at this time? You don't try to make peace within the intervening period. You don't come with any other offers on the table, and then you wait almost a full academic session is gone, and then you go to a court that will take some time. It won't be that fast. So the government treats the whole issue as if it's not a serious problem at all. So that's where I have an issue with, and the lecturers, and I don't know anybody can survive in this country. Nobody. I can assure you that working people in this country do not have 1 month of savings to last without salary. I doubt very much. So for this is 7 good months without salary. See the guy who committed suicide at the University of Benin in non-academic staff. You go to the university, a lot of them have borrowed from people, vendors, and the rest of them to survive, bought things on credit and the rest of them. After 7 months, That's why you expect that you actually need some compromise. ASUU, the other unions and the federal government need to come together and then have a compromise on this issue. You can't have a kind of dispute where you go to the court and hope that the National Industrial Court will actually resolve it in a way that will be fair to everyone, that without having problems.
From the look of things now, we don't know how it's going to turn out.
We don't know.
We don't know yet. We can't project.
No.
So we'll just wait and see.
Yes, exactly.
Okay. Finally, this morning, let's just take a quick look at this before we open the phone lines. Rufai, are you still there?
Yes, I'm here.
Okay. Let's look at this story from this day newspaper. It has the headline: Nigerians $15.7 billion 2022 fuel subsidy projection to exceed all 36 states' budget. Let me read a bit of it. With Nigeria's petrol subsidy bill skyrocketing in 2022, the estimate for the whole year would exceed the total expenditure by all the states of the Federation in 2021, which was $9.8 billion. A new report by a member of the President Muhammadu Buhari's Economic Advisory Council and Chief Executive Officer of the Financial Derivative Company Limited, Mr. Bismarck Ruwan, has indicated this. The report came as the Nigerian National Petroleum Company Limited yesterday maintained that the crude oil theft was taking a severe toll on its performance. Now, looking at the story here, that if the fuel subsidy continues, that the projection is going to exceed the 36 states' budget. This is something to talk about. And the Buhari administration made it clear that he's not going to remove fuel subsidy.
Mary, are you surprised? You see, my reaction to that story is before Uncle, how wouldn't subsidy eclipse the budget of all the states put together? It's because we are not thinking as a country. You see, we've allowed this corruption game we play go too far to destroy our thinking, destroy our mentality. And that's what's killing us as a country. Why are we paying heavily in subsidies? Because we're not able to fix our refineries. All the money we were projecting in subsidies all these years, couldn't those monies fix our refineries? Wouldn't they fix our refineries? But no, we will not fix it because we benefit from the scam of subsidy and corruption. Have we forgotten in this country the first subsidy regime, how people used to claim that they will bring tankers of crude oil in and they will bring nothing in and they will go and claim subsidy? Have we forgotten that free money scam? Before we had the IT Committee step in, do a very stellar job, cancel all of that, and they say, okay, NNPC should be doing it. NNPC started bringing petroleum products in. What happens again? We can't even account for the amount that we are using every day. Another phase of corruption and scam. Coupled with oil theft. You see, when Nigerians are ready to leave Nigeria alone with corruption, we will know then. As long as these people are still corrupt and they want to eat the country dry, then we still have problems of subsidy. Is it not the same country? We had the case of Farouk Lawan, the House of Rep member, said to investigate subsidy, didn't he collect a bunke, and he was taken to court? You see, when we are ready to stop the deceit, we will stop it. It is obvious now that subsidy is choking us. Let me even give you a data that will make you smile, hypocritically or ironically. Do you know that our revenue projection for this year, the money they say we are going to make is about 5 trillion. Subsidy is more than our revenue projection.
Of course.
Well, so what it means is that we are borrowing to pay subsidy for one product. We are borrowing money we don't have, and debt to service ratio is over 119%. We are borrowing the future of our children to eat today in corruption.
We are going to steal.
Can't you see that the custom head has come out to challenge the NNPC? That what are you people doing there? Yeah. So we keep borrowing and frittering away now. The solution to it is remove the subsidy.
Now,
We will buy the bullet. We will
okay.
go
Now,
and build refineries.
Talking about removing the subsidy, there's a report here I read from the cable online newspaper. It says here that petrol price may increase to 1,000 naira per liter if subsidy is removed. I think maybe this is what the President Buhari is afraid of.
I hate reading reports from newspapers. Everybody is just telling their own agenda. See, if you remove subsidy, refineries are working. What we call balance of scale will happen over time. Water we find is level. Price marginalization will happen in the economy. Once you put the product out there, yes, the price will not be what we are paying today. It might increase. It will increase. No, let me say it might increase, because I'm being very honest. I don't like to tell people that it will increase. But once we have multiple producers in the market, then there's going to be competition on price. Yes, it will increase. Don't get me wrong. But 1,000, where did they get that fact from? That's why all the reports these people are right. I don't like, if it's not empirical enough, I don't look at it.
I would have read more of the report.
So I challenge that report. It will increase, but I'm not sure at the rate of 1,000. But what happens is, once you have multiple producers in the system, then definitely there's going to be a knock-on effect of price. Conditions, there's a constant K. The constant K in this equation for subsidy will be the price of crude internationally, because most of the refineries that are working will be able to, they will still buy from international price. That's the constant K. But it will be iteration based on the international price and little cost for lifting across board. But it's not that it's going to be an extra increase like that. Okay. And why we are not having that is because on the home front, we're not doing the same. So we can even liberalize the economy and provide more jobs for people. Yes, we will have the effect of inflation now, but over time, once factors of production increase in the economy, then inflation starts to drop. Then we suck out the liquidity in the system. Then we appropriate the economy. So we have to make those tough decisions now. The problem is that we're not ready to make it.
Let's open the phone lines now so we can get our audience to join the conversation. We have 3 hot topics and the phone lines are buzzing. So number to call is 0700 903 903 903 to join the conversation. Now you've heard 3 hot topics. You can talk about anyone or even look at the headlines. So which one would you want to respond to? Now concerning the removal of fuel subsidy, like Rufai is saying that it can be 1,000 naira per liter.
Let me know. Is it possible? That report is honestly correct. As long as we are importing, don't forget that the price of diesel and petrol always went hand in hand until diesel was what will I say, liberalized and then given out and government does not come in. But as long as you import, and they will say now replus, the price will come about the same. So the report is basically correct. So except you are doing production in-house,
hello,
you won't get it done.
Hello, good morning to you. Good morning.
Good morning.
Yes.
Good morning. Thank you, my dear sister.
Thank you for joining.
Thank you for Rufai. Good morning to Rufai Seni and the gentleman in the studio.
Yes,
Obed.
Good morning.
Okay, Mr. Obed.
Yes.
Good morning to you.
Yes,
well done.
Yes.
Like I said, my name is Chuka Chude. I'm calling from Ayopo.
Okay, welcome.
I want to ask pointed questions. How come it's only in the southeast we have unknown gunmen? We don't have them in other parts of this country. And I think it is self-deceit that these people have, the so-called unknown gunmen have operated for years. They have not been arrested. Nobody knows their background. And we keep on talking about unknown gunmen. And then for goodness sake, I want to ask another question.
Yes.
How come that the federal government is not arresting IPOP members and trying to de-radicalize them, rehabilitate them, and reintegrate them into society? How come thousands of people in the north declared as terrorists with Boko Haram and ISWAP, when they are arrested, they are rehabilitated, and the effort is made to reintegrate them into the society in their thousands? It is to me. And like Mr. Husseini was saying, how Did your so-called unknown gunmen know that it is Ifeanyi Ubah that is in the vehicle, the SUV vehicle? So people are alleging that it's politically motivated or it's just assassin trying to waste their life. I do not know how that can be proven. Please, the federal government should stop this self-deceit and save the East. We have had a bitter civil war and we want to survive. Something and me is strange in the East and it overwhelms me. I don't know whether to go and wake up James Adlites or wake up Sherlock Holmes or Agatha Christie. We invite them to a conference in Nigeria to help us solve our criminal problems. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you so much for your contribution. The number to call is 0700 903 903 903. That's the number to call this morning and respond to the stories from the newspapers. Now, we have 3 stories on the table, 3 hot topics. We've talked about the assassination attempt, because that is what it is, of the person that happened in Anambra State.
The senator.
Yeah, the senator that is getting a lot of people talking right now. The question of who wants Ifeanyi Ubah killed? Who wants him dead? Hello, good morning to you. Hello, good morning. Okay, we've lost the call. And we are streaming live on YouTube. You can go to YouTube and watch us live there and leave a comment. Hello, good morning.
Good morning. Good morning.
Good morning. Good morning. Can you turn down the volume on your radio set?
All right. My name is Kenneth Obaja. I'm calling from Kuka.
Okay, welcome, Mr. Kenneth. Go ahead. Join the conversation.
I want to speak on the issue of subsidy.
Okay.
There is no way the removal of subsidy will work in Nigerian economy today because we don't have refineries. If our refineries are working, there's no problem about that.
Yeah.
But as it is today, if there's any subsidy, my dear, I'm telling you, what happened in gas will happen. Look at our gas price today. It's hovering around 700 to 800 naira. But initially, it was 100 and something naira. And they convinced us that immediately they removed the subsidy, they will do something about it. And the price will even come down. But today, what are we seeing? It's going up more and more every day. So I don't believe in subsidy removal. Let them fix our refineries. They can fix it. What does it take to build a new refineries even? It doesn't take much. If our governments can put themselves together, I'm telling you, my dear people, this issue of subsidy will be a thing of the past. They don't want to do it. They're getting from it. And what do you want to do? You want to prosecute the masses the more. You can't work. You can't work, my dear. So let us be suffering the way we are suffering now. Let us not put another hardship on people. Because removing the subsidy now means another round of inflation, which will not go well in our economy. Today, there is a lot of insecurity in the country because of what we are suffering. People want to eat. So please, those thinking of subsidy removal, please have a think. It is not the best way to go about it for now. Thank you very much.
Yeah, thank you. Hello, good morning.
Hello.
Yeah,
good morning, Mr.
Good morning to you.
This is John Legend.
Welcome, John Legend. Good to have you this Monday morning.
Yeah. Please, I want to ask you a question.
Yes.
Is it that those people, all these unknown government, they are flying from the sky? How do they have information that Ifeanyi Ubah is in that sky? Who gave them the information? Are they not the same Nigeria that block our SIM card that if it is not registered or what? Can they track them through that all this phone call? Are they just fly from the sky and they know that Ifeanyi Ubah is passing through that road? You see, I don't know who is fooling who here. We are bigger than all these things Nigerians are doing, telling us non-government, this and that, playing politics. Who are they playing politics? They have played this politics from the time of Shagari. Now everybody has opened his or her eyes. They cannot continue fooling us. The truth is that the government we are today have automatically failed. Let us try another region. Let us try another tribe. Northerners have been in power for how many years now? Let us change. Let power change hands now, so that things will turn around. They have ruled more than seven people. Nothing to boast of. So let this country, this government change. Thank you this morning.
Yeah, thank you, John Legend. Hello, good morning. Hello, good morning. Okay. The number to call is 0700 903 903 903. And when you call us, ensure you turn down the volume on your radio set, or you move away from your radio set so that we can hear you. Hello, good morning to you. Okay, we've lost the call again. Now I'm going to take comment now from our YouTube. There is a conversation going on YouTube, so let's get into YouTube this morning. If you're not watching us from YouTube, please watch us there and subscribe to our channel. We have a channel there. It's Voice of the People 90.3 FM. Now I take this very first comment here. It says from Precious A, that this government should be ashamed when quoting such huge numbers. I guess he's talking about the petroleum subsidy.
Yes, the figures.
Figures. Another one from Karasi. So their excuse now. They were not prepared for what they meant, but they could give empty promises. Okay, I'll take more comments later on the program. Let's take a call. 0700 903 903 903. That's the number to call this morning to be part of the program, to respond to any of the headlines you've listened to this morning. Hello, good morning to you.
903.
Hello, good morning. You're on already.
Yeah, good morning. My name is Peter. I'm calling from Kano.
Oh, welcome, Mr. Peter. Good to have you on the program. How is Kano today?
Yeah, Kano is great. Okay. And how is everybody in the studio and your guests?
Yeah,
I say good morning.
We're doing fine. Thank you for calling. Go ahead. Join the conversation.
Yeah. Okay, so this subsidy conversation has been on for a very long time.
Yes.
And I don't know when we are going to put it to rest. So it has become a national discussion, a campaign issue, and as it is, I think it's going to remain like that for a long time. And let me say this, that one of the reasons why we are still paying subsidy, you will definitely attribute it to number one, the inefficiency of government. You understand? That is number one. Now, the way the economy of this country has been managed to is another reason, because if the purchasing power of people have been growing, well, then it will also have helped us in maybe managing this cost would not be a problem. Now, by the time you apply it, an average person will do the normal calculation and say, if I'm buying at one, what is it now? Say, is it 180 something, 200, depending on the filling station you go to.
Yes.
And if you're going to do it side by side with what is happening in diesel, there's going to be a problem. Now, let's take a look at what happened in the manufacturing sector. You even remember that the bread producers came and even wanted to go on strike because the cost was too high. Some of them have to increase price, buying bread 800, almost 1,000 naira, because they just have to apply directly to us. You understand, who are the consumers? Now, if you apply this, it means that I might be buying a liter at, I don't know what it is, maybe let's say 500 to just to be fair. 500, then it means a liter will be about 2,000, and an average family may not be able to convey his family the way it should. You understand? Then you look at the transport system in Nigeria. In Lagos, it's still okay, fantastic, but here in Kano, it's largely private, you understand? Unless you're going to be entering the keke, and there are a lot of security issues around it. So government have not been able to clean up the transportation system, tracking the system in such a way. If I in Kano, 2 months ago or so, the governor have to stop this tricycle from operating from 10 o'clock in the night because there were a lot of cases of them attacking people at night. So if you don't have a car now, you now decide to rely on the transport, and maybe you work in a mall and you close by 10 o'clock. These boys will attack you, take your stuff from you. So everybody now want to own a vehicle or a bike or something. And by the time you want to go to the filling station to buy, it becomes very, very expensive. The last thing I'm going to talk about is unknown gunmen.
Yes.
You see, this unknown government thing is been on for some time. And the fact is this, this is democracy. And you talk about the intelligence of the DSS. Sometimes I ask myself, is this DSS, are they not in the southeast? Because the fact is that the way they operate, the way we know they operate, you are supposed to be able to get information of everybody. Government is making a lot of spending in these agencies. Are they not effective? Are they not efficient? You understand? Who are these people checking? Who are these people tracing? Who are these people tracking this element? Because we can't just keep coming to talk about this in every time. Is it the individuals that will be able to do this? Now, if you want to even help government in intelligence, who will you talk to and you'll be safe? So the thing is that it is still failure of government. So it's still government conversation that government need to come on, wake up to our responsibility. But the problem is that, like we in Kano, when you say government is not performing, some people will just be taking side like, oh, why will you say President Muhammadu Buhari is not performing? Now show me the indices. This is an objective conversation. I thought if you hire a player to be a scorer in a club and he's not scoring, you need to call the player and say, why are you not scoring? But the player is not scoring, he's not assisting. But the fans are celebrating you. What are you celebrating? And this is the challenge we have in Nigeria. So somebody in the north, when you raise this conversation, will just feel that no, you are talking about our president. Who is our president too? But he's not producing. He's not bringing anything to the table based on how it should be. And everybody will now be want to sentimental. So it's an emotional conversation. But government will do as if they are not listening to you. It is only when you abuse them they will not start running after you. Thank you very much for giving me this time. Thank you.
Yeah. Thank you. I much appreciate it. Hello, good morning to you.
Hello, Mary. Good morning. How are you?
Oh, good to have you. Good morning to you.
Yes, please. Mr. Obed, good morning. And Hussaini, good morning.
Yeah,
good morning.
Quickly. Peter Monse from Shomolu.
Welcome, Mr. Peter.
I want to ask this question. Is it not one of our former head of state that said if insurgency lasts for more than how many? 48 hours, that means the government's hand is in it. I want to also link it up to unknown gunmen. That if unknown gunmen with all the security checkpoints in the southeast can last this long, unknown gunmen, that means some people know them and then they don't want to do anything. Now, do you want to tell me that unknown gunmen are more powerful than the government apparatus? We have a good there. They cannot unravel the mystery of unknown gunmen. And we have all the checkpoints. Go tell people to tell you the number of checkpoints all over that area. And still, unknown gunmen will operate. Unknown gunmen are known by the people who operate unknown gunmen. So let's forget about that. But just, if the man was not given, we just thank God. This government will soon go. Nigerians, I am telling you, we will have peace in this country. Let this government go first. A lot of things will be unraveled. And we will know who were behind unknown gunmen and who were behind the terrorists in Nigeria. Thank you.
Thank you, Peter Monse. 10 minutes before 8, you are listening to the front page review of our daily newspapers. We're taking calls now from you. Good morning. This is Ambassador Mushba calling from Mushba.
Mary, how was the weekend?
Fine. Good to have you join us,
good
Ambassador.
How are you, my brother? How are my sister?
Yeah.
Rufai is saying good morning to you there.
Yeah, good morning.
Yeah. Let me first talk about the unknown government.
Yes.
To me, in Anambra, I think this issue of Anambra, and now it's happened to Ifeanyi Ubah right now. Abi?
Yes.
Yeah. The senator. I think both of them, it's time for both of them, including the Peter Obi and Co, to just call all these people together. Talk to them. Violence solve no any problem. Violence, I'm still waiting for to tell me that the violence is not solution. It won't be solution. Now, this sit-at-home order, I think that are being seen of the past right now. It started there. I think let's go in and talk to them. Let us find other way, other means to solve our issue, not to violence. Because when you start violence today, before you just put it off, it's going to take a long month, years. So that's what is happening right now. I think they should talk to the people. Let us drop the weapons and embrace dialogue. The way out. What is the way out? I think that let us go in and talk to them because I talk to them right now. The other lawmaker was beheaded. Yes, but yet to see. That family will still mourning the loss. Please, violence solve no problem. Please, it has more to the problem. Let us embrace dialogue. we are doing. And moreover, government too should do the needful. Because in Lagos, it's about to happen sometime where OPC were rampant here. You could remember when Obasanjo go out to solve this issue. Please, let's have a dialogue. On the issue of ASUU, to me, and as much as I know, go on strike is the jungle justice. Yes, to me, because industrial call is there. When go on strike totally, maybe go 1 week, a month, is okay. But go long months is jungle justice. Because they can't find justice in this strike. Although people say this is the only language government understand. But the fact go a long way. I think industrial call where they are now, that's where the issue is solved. Let us have belief in justice. Okay, industrial call should be able to sort out this issue. Please, I'm begging them, strike is not solution. I don't think solution. I'm appealing to them. On the fuel subsidy, I think those are, which is abracadabra, a lot of people have benefited from this subsidy or what they call it. A lot have benefited from this. And very soon, a wind will blow. We see the annals of a chicken. We know who is involved. And they'll be brought to book one day. If they cannot be brought to book today, tomorrow, their name will be written for coming generations to see. These are the people who are troubling Nigeria. Good morning.
Yeah, thank you. Good morning, Ambassador. We have a report coming right here. It's a traffic report. So the traffic this morning from Ibadan inward Lagos is terrible. It has not been witnessed before. So right now there is a serious traffic, according to the report we're getting this morning from Ibadan inward Lagos. Is so terrible. So we hope that government official, all hands must be on deck to make sure that the traffic there is being controlled, because from what I hear, from what I see right now, I said it's so terrible that they've not witnessed such traffic before. I'm talking about Ibadan inward Lagos. So people coming from Mowe, Ibadan, those areas into Lagos are stuck in traffic, like immovable. They are just there. The traffic is just horrible. And it's been like that for a long time now. So we hope all the government official, everybody that needs to put their hands together and make sure that that traffic disappears. It's time for us to go this morning. But before we go, if you have any words to round off our stories this morning.
Yes, on that subsidy, I can assure you that if you remove subsidy today,
yes,
the price of fuel will even go higher than the price of crude oil, because everybody uses fuel. So the demand is much. As long as you remove subsidy and you are importing the product and you have the foreign exchange problems coming in, you have importation problems coming in, you have other constraints and bribery and corruption in the system, the price of oil will not be less than the price of diesel. So the only solution is you fix the refineries, you are producing enough so that you can have a buffer that can bring down prices.
So before you talk about
honestly, it's a very tough thing for the government, because they don't have the revenue. They'll not be able to plug the revenue leakages, and now they are bleeding. There's no money. What do they do? But they have to think. They have to think this out.
It's like a confused state, right?
That is why they are government.
To think
yes.
And bring solutions. Thank you so much for being part of the program this morning. It's 4 minutes before 8. You've been listening to the front page review of our daily newspaper. Join us again tomorrow at 7 o'clock on the dot as we bring you the dailies, the front page review. My name is Mary Onaife Debbie, and I want to say a big thank you to Obed Awede for always coming through on the program.
Thank you. Thank you too.
And Rufai Hussaini, thank you so much for being part of the program, and for everybody that has called this morning to contribute, to speak your mind, who can hear your voice. Thank you so much for being part of the program. Coming up next at 8 o'clock is Oge Ndigbo, a great program for you to listen to. They're going to bring you the newspaper review in Igbo language. It's an interesting program you don't want to miss. Keep it here, Voice of the People.